All right, this is a public service announcement for my dear South Floridians. These are vehicles, cars. They're not boats, they're not submarines, they are cars meant to be driven via the streets, highways, and byways of this state. Not through lakes, not through oceans, not through deep water. Every year, every time we get these floods in South Florida, is the same thing. People drive crazy through these big puddles and they end up hydrolocking engines. This engine right here on this, I think it's a 2010 or something like that, Dodge Dart, is hydrolocked. You see all the water here everywhere. I have drained the oil pan. The oil pan had at least a gallon of water in it. All this was full of water, these cylinders, so this engine was hydrolocked. As you can see, this is pretty soaked. We're gonna have to put a new one in there, and that is if this engine is salvageable. I'm trying to see if I can get it to start and run. We don't know the extent of the damage. Sometimes when these things hydrolock, they bend rods, they do some really nasty stuff. So sometimes you get away with it, sometimes you don't. Before condemning the engine, I'm gonna try to see if it's salvageable. So what I do is I pull spark plugs, try to get as much water out as possible. There's still gonna be some water in here. It's impossible to get everything out. You got these low points here, and it becomes a mission to get all that stuff out. So but I'm gonna get out as much as possible. I'm gonna see if I can salvage the engine. I can rotate it by hand, so that's why I'm going this route. It was completely locked up or something, then it is what it is. But the engine is spinning, so maybe it can be saved. But again, please, South Florida residents and anywhere where there's floods and stuff, be careful. If in doubt, do not drive through it. Stop, find a different alternative route. Slow down. The owner, or this is not the owner, but the driver that normally uses this, because the owner lets somebody else drive this car a lot. No, it wasn't even that big, that deep of a puddle. I don't know. I didn't see the puddle. I don't know how deep it was, but for water to get in there into this intake, soak this whatchamacallit, this air filter, and get ingested all the way in here. No, it was a pretty big puddle. Either that or you flew through it, one of the two, and all the water found its way in, through the ducts and stuff. So don't give me all that, oh, it wasn't that deep, it's not my fault, the car's too low. I don't hear none of that crap. What you was doing. You were not careful, is what it was. You were being negligent and reckless. So now you're gonna have to pay the consequences. Every year I see the same thing over and over again. Every time we get these floods, I at least hear one or two personally. That's not counting what actually happens out there. This is just me personally. The stories that I hear from people that I know or customers of mine. So if this needs a new engine, then you're gonna have to find a new engine. So be careful, guys. Be safe. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.